Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here, back for another video. In today's video, we are going to be completing a lot of paintings, so I figured while we watch this one in the background, I can take you through some of the questions that I got when I posted a Q&A over on Instagram in regards to my painting. So, to start things off, I'll just let you know what materials I'm using. This is acrylic gouache. I am using mostly the Holbein, however you pronounce it, brand, with a little bit of Turner Colorworks mixed in there for some of the tones that I don't have in Holbein. And I am using this is actually a clay board, which is a brand, panel that I've gessoed, and long story short, I've actually switched to the gesso board variety because it saves me having to gesso it myself, but I really love these. These are an amazing material for working with acrylic gouache and probably acrylics as well. And any watercolor paper will work just fine, but if you want to commit to it, this is an amazing material. So let's get started with your questions. So the first question is, how long do I wait between layers before painting a new one? The wonderful thing about acrylic gouache is that you really don't need to wait basically any time at all. Unless you're adding a lot of water to your paint, the layers will dry in a couple of minutes tops. So that's why I love this material. I'm able to basically add I don't have to like sit around and wait for anything to dry. I can add layers and just continue painting the whole entire time. The next question is, do I think that the paint that I use is good for beginners, or do I recommend another brand? It's my opinion that if you are serious about learning a new medium, there's nothing wrong with investing in professional quality materials. You're going to have the least issues. They're going to work with you a lot better. And I understand that not everybody can commit to something as expensive. Like the Holbein brand of acrylic gouache is, I think, between $6 to $12 per tube, which is definitely steep. So you're welcome to do something like purchase a limited palette of 4 to 5 colors and start there. Or you can definitely look into some of the student or lower grade alternatives that are still just fine, and Liquitex, Sakura, these are the sorts of brands that have that better price point, as well as Turner Acryl Gouache is also a good option. Next question, what paint brushes and paper do I recommend with this paint? So as I mentioned, my paper is actually a gessoed board, and the paintbrushes that I use, I get this question a lot, and I really don't know how to answer it because most of the paintbrushes are just kind of random brushes that I buy here and there, but I really like flat tip brushes, which is what I'm using here. I like filbert brushes, which are the ones that, as I eloquently described in my art materials video, look like a fingernail. And then I really like these ultra fine paintbrushes that I get from Amazon, which I also go over in my materials video, so I highly recommend you go check that out if you're interested in more specifics about the materials that I use. Next question, what is your favorite color scheme to paint with? I feel that this painting is a good example of my favorites. Orange is not my favorite, so as you can see, I've kind of created orange out of yellow and pink, and I just love purple. I think it's the best shadow color. Anytime that I want to create something a little bit fantastical, I will just default to making purple the shadows. I noticed that my least favorite color is actually green and orange, so those are the two colors that I use the least. I love pink, I love blue, I love purple, I love yellow. So that's basically the answer to that question. Next one, do you use any protection for the gouache, like an oil varnish? I actually don't. As far as I know, according to my research, you're welcome to correct me in the comments if you'd like, acrylic gouache doesn't really require any sort of sealant based on the type of material that it is, and anything that I might add on top of it runs the risk of changing the way that the light reflects. Like acrylic gouache is a matte medium, so any varnish that I use would have to be some sort of matte fixative. Otherwise, I'd be basically adding a level of reflection, at which point it's like, well, you might as well just use acrylic or whatever you like. Next question, how do you pick your colors? So this is definitely a difficult one. I like to interpret the colors with a bit of a twist, so I will always think very carefully about how I want to use each color and how it will interact with the other ones that I've chosen in my palette. So it's kind of about weighing value against hue, and I usually want to keep my saturation really high. So if I want to keep my saturation high but I want a darker value, I have to choose something like a dark purple or a dark blue, and that's kind of how I make those decisions to build my palette. It's kind of difficult to explain, but it's very intentional, and I've been practicing it a lot, believe it or not. So that's what allows me to make these decisions as I am painting. I highly recommend working with limited palettes if you do want to kind of push your work in this direction that I've been doing lately. That's what I did in order to practice in both my digital and my traditional work, and it allowed me to gain a much deeper understanding of how to use color. And by limited palette, I mean literally choose like 6 colors and force yourself to only use those 6 colors in your painting. I think it's gonna go a really long way. So that's basically the end of this segment. If you do have any further questions about painting, I'm always welcome to answer them in future videos, so be sure to drop a comment down below. But I hope you enjoyed these, as I've dubbed them, Lisa Frank kitty cats, because I finished it and I was like, this is just high-key Lisa Frank. I guess that's what I'm doing now with my work. But I think it came out really cute, and I love doing these pet portraits. There are so many more to come. I am booked up through the end of the year, so enjoy.
You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my...
Hello guys, finally we get to meet face to face. I promise I haven't been ignoring you, it just hasn't come up to be able to do a little talking head bit. So hello, it is Friday, Tuna here checking in. Earlier today you saw me meet up with Casey. I was able to give her the painting that we completed earlier in the video, and yeah, this is the other painting that I completed yesterday. I feel like I'm not 100% on it. There's still something kind of off, so I might pick at it just a little bit more before I send it to the commissioner, but I already sent them a picture of it and they were happy with it, so at the end of the day, that's really what counts. I also wanted to share this one. This is a plein air painting that I did last Sunday? Yeah, last Sunday. I decided to take the day off. I was bit by the bug. I went out with my easel and all my good stuff, and I did this. I don't have a ton of experience doing plein air, but I've been trying to get better at it because I'm noticing the work that I'm drawn towards is the stuff that I've been doing that's been more challenging, and in my opinion, plein air is one of the most challenging things you can do as an artist, because not only are you like trying to capture something that you see that is in motion or changing over time, but you're also fighting the elements of the outdoors, which at the moment is the sun, which you can see got the best of me. That wasn't even while I was painting, that was while I was on a walk yesterday, missed a spot. But yeah, doing plein air has been like a real joy. I've been feeling really compelled to continue doing it because of that feeling of being challenged. It's tickling me in all the right places. So tomorrow, which is Canada Day, yay Canada, there is an event going on that's hosted by the local art supply store chain, which is the Opus Outdoor Art Challenge. And I did this, I want to say it was in 2018 with, no, it would have been 2019 with my friends. We went as a group and we did it, and it was so much fun. I'll post the painting here that I did back then. That was when I was using watercolor, so that's how you know that a lot of time has passed. And I think last year maybe they didn't do it. I know it was off certainly during the pandemonium years. So it's back with a splash, and it's coinciding with Canada Day celebrations, so I'm gonna go down to the event, meet up with everybody, and yeah, I'll try and get some footage. It's gonna be, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very busy in the area, so we'll see how much I can get, but I'm really looking forward to it. That's gonna take us through the end of the video, because after that I get to go home and edit this whole thing together so I can post it the next morning for you to enjoy. Oh yes, and my new tattoo, Happy as a Clam. I am feeling a little fatigued from it. I always forget that getting, traumatized, just traumatizing your skin leaves you feeling a little burnt out, but it's looking good, and that is by Pure Foolery on Instagram, who is all the rage, so definitely go check her work out if you are in Vancouver or nearby. I highly recommend it. I also have these blueberries are by her too. That was some flash that I picked up, and she did a little bit of touching up to it today while we were hanging out, so that's great. And tonight Mark and I are going to go see Asteroid City. I will not give any spoilers or my review unless you want. Comment below to begin the new Tuna Reviews Movies series. And I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. So yeah, lots of painting in this one. I hope that is what you are here for, because I am an artist.
son's a 9-year-old artist as well.
I believe it. What do you like to draw?
This guy.
Sometimes
Juice WRLD.
Sometimes I like to paint.
Yeah?
He does painting too, yeah.
Do you like anime?
Yeah, kind
A
of.
little bit, yeah. It's really fun. You should try sometime. I think they're giving out art supplies on the pier, maybe. There's definitely something like kids involved, so
Okay,
go
awesome.
check it
Yeah,
out.
we'll go check it out.
Yeah,
Thank you.
have a nice day.
Yeah.
How many? Just 2 colors?
Right
in
now it's
different
2.
intensity?
Yeah, and I'm gonna add a third in like a yellowy orange right at the end for some
Where's
highlight.
that gonna go?
It'll be the rim, the wooden rim,
Yeah.
so that it'll kind of be the focal point, and then there's kind of an orange truck back here, so I'm gonna see if I can.
What about, what are you putting on? What color is that you're putting on now?
Right now this is leaf green and
A
blue
little bit of
green.
yellow? No?
It's actually just a
green.
pre-mixed
Oh.
yellow green. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Thank you very much.
And
Trying to protect myself from the sun, actually. I am back. I survived, and only time will tell if I have turned into a beet. Hopefully my sunscreen will have done its job today. That was so pleasant. If you've never had the chance to paint plein air, en plein air, however you want to say it, I highly recommend it. It's very, very challenging. As I said, bring your favorite paints, bring materials that you're comfortable with, and just sit down and see what happens. This is my second time, like, trying to work in this particular style that I've been developing with these like super saturated colors and stuff like that, but I've been dabbling with plein air for a while, and every time I do it I start to feel a little bit more comfortable. This piece was just under 3 hours, whereas the piece I was showing you before, that was probably just about the same amount of time, and I didn't feel like I made as good time with it as this one. This one's obviously a little bit bigger as well. So yeah, it just goes to show that all you need to do is keep practicing and you'll figure it out. Very fun though. I love like kind of performing my art, doing work live. Obviously I was a streamer for a long time. I'm here with you guys now. So it comes pretty naturally to me to be being viewed while I'm making the work that I'm making. And there was lots of kids there, which was really fun because like their parents would be like, hey, Johnny, look at that. Like she's painting just like you. And I'm like, yeah, just like you. You're gonna be like me someday. I know that there's another one of these that's actually a competition. And if you didn't know this about me, I'm very, very competitive. So this one coming up will be in August. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do some video stuff for that. And maybe I'll win, you know? All I need to do is just show up with my crazy colors and everyone will be dazzled, I assume, and overlook my mistakes. There's a few bits and pieces that I want to clean up on this because there's some stuff that I didn't get a chance to finish, but otherwise that's gonna be it for this week's video. Thank you for joining me for all of these painting adventures and for my lifestyle stuff. This vlog ended up a little different than the usual ones. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe so you are notified when my next video comes out next Sunday. And yeah, if you would like to, leave me a comment below. Let me know something that you are looking forward to in July, and I will see you next time. Wait, no, now I say, stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine. and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Why purple? It's very cool.
It's the way I see the world.
Oh, good.
Yes. If I wanted it to be accurate, I'd just take a picture, you know what I mean?
Purple's one of my favorite colors.
Good choice.
Yeah,
Me too.
my bike, I have a Harley and it
Get
looks
out.
black, but in the right light,
Shines.
it looks purple.
Ooh.
It's got a red underneath the black.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.